What I do is so much a part of me because it saves me.
Mm.
Doing nails has saved me.
In what way?
There was a time in my life where my family was taken away from me because of incarceration. My mother got incarcerated, my brother got incarcerated, and my son's father wasn't there financially, emotionally, or physically for me when I was raising my son. And so I just didn't know what to do, and I was just an angry person. So
Mm-hmm.
my clients, coming in contact with my clients on a consistent basis gave me a sense of solace, a place to of comfort, a place to share my frustrations without having to pay for counseling at the time.
Yeah.
Then I had to, of course, eventually get counseling because I was dealing with some things with my son. As I look back, I also recognize where clients would give me advice on reading certain books. So it was just a place of community. You know what I mean? I found peace in doing nails. I explored different things, and then I would, take classes to enhance my skills, just to be better and provide something more for the client. Not
Mm-hmm.
realizing that I needed the attention and comfort myself. And so, of course, prior to the pandemic, I had gotten what do they call? Not a life coach. Maybe it was a life coach. She's no longer living today. Her name was Tanya. And she told me, put up all of your accomplishments.
Mm. Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, a safe space for ambitious beauty industry creatives to have real talk, get authentic answers, and practical tools to grow their businesses. Join me every week as me and my special guest reveal the keys to longevity and success in the beauty industry, from the ups and downs of their journey to the nitty-gritty of their struggles and triumphs. We're spilling the tea on it all, and most importantly, having fun while doing it. You ready? Hey, what's up? It's your best friend in beauty here, Aquia Robinson. Welcome back to another episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. I am so happy to have you here, and I hope you're listening to this episode in high spirits and in good health. Now, on today's episode, I have the pleasure of having Titilayo Bankole in the Friends in Beauty guest chair. So Titilayo is a master pedicurist, editorial TV and film manicurist, and educator. She is on a mission to offer integrity-driven skin, nail, and foot care solutions, and she is helping her clients become aspiring foot models out here after she is done transforming them. I am totally thrilled to have her here. You see what I did there? Okay. She is a global manicurist. She is the global manicurist. Welcome to the Friends of Beauty podcast, Titilayo.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm so excited to have you. I'm absolutely obsessed with the work that you're doing. So I'm here for me. This is like this conversation is for me because I'm just like, I don't know, I just have a fascination like with stuff that most people find icky. I
Okay.
don't know if that makes sense. So I love like Dr. Pimple Popper and like plastic surgery things. Like I just love all the things. So I'm excited to meet you and talk about your business. But before we do that, we're going to start off with some icebreakers to get us warmed up. And
Okay.
I always say so the friends and beauty audience can get to know you outside of what you do professionally a little bit.
Okay.
So the first one, just give us 3 random facts about you.
I love shoes.
Ooh,
I love skirts. And I love to dance.
okay. She loves shoes. You said skirts?
Yep, skirts.
Okay. And loves dancing. Okay. I love
Yeah.
that. What do people always tell you that you're good at aside from what you do professionally?
Motivating others.
That's great. That's a great quality to have. 'Cause, I mean, we always going through something, so we know where to come for our source of motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When is the last time that you did something for the first time? Have you had any new experiences lately?
For the first time, that's a good question. Actually, I have a house guest. So this is the first time I've had a house guest for this amount of time. So she got here on the 4th, and so
Mhm.
she'll be leaving on the 19th.
Okay, a couple of weeks.
Yes.
All right. So a house guest. You like having like your alone time. You prefer to like have alone time?
I do prefer having my alone time, but I noticed that it's good to have company as well.
Because my mom is like that. She is like a homebody. Like she'll allow people to come in, but like if she it's like very short spurts. Like and then she's like, okay, you gotta go. Yeah, I need my space back now.
Right. But I didn't put like any type of barriers on that, but I noticed that for myself, where certain things can be a little icky for me, not
Hmm.
for the other person. It has
Right.
absolutely nothing to do with the other person. It has everything to do with me.
Got you, got you. Okay. Do you have a current mini win, like a milestone that you've hit this year that you're just like totally excited about?
Yes. I I had my body oil produced
Okay.
slated. And so it'll be out by the end of the summer. And so I had at least 5 people tested for me. And they all came back with rave reviews. And all of these people are African American because the oil is geared towards skin that has need of hydration. And so, we constantly are using oils, or if we're not using oils, we're using shea butter. And so I just basically used the formulation that I got spiritually and had a chemist put it together for me and had clients use it so that I can see whether or not this will work. And I promise you, when my client came in last week, Saturday, to get her feet done, she is a recovering person from blood cancer. And our skin, and she's an African American, her skin
Mm.
was absolutely beautiful, and I
Wow.
was able to debris her toenails without debrising them in um an invasive way. Like I was able to like make them thinner and cut them down without having to use any type of heavy artillery of implements. And it just was like wonderful. And I was like, "What did you do?" She said, "Your oil." And I was like, "What?" I said, "Okay." So
Testimony.
win for me.
Yes, testimony is coming. That's amazing. So you created the oil and you let your clients test it out.
Yes.
Got you. Okay, we're gonna talk about that a little bit more later. Okay.
Okay.
Um, if you weren't a manicurist, all of the things, educator, TV and film, is there anything else you could see yourself doing right now aside from anything in the beauty industry?
Presenting to other people the importance of self-awareness and positive imagery.
Like when it comes to just beauty in general?
No. So the positive imagery to me is your countenance. So your countenance always shows what you're thinking. So
Mhm.
some people say I have a poker face, but your poker face is what you're thinking in your mind. And so when you have a poker face, you're either drawing people to you or causing people not to come to you. But
Uh-huh.
you have a kind heart. So yeah.
Okay. What makes you interested in that?
Because for years I had a poker face and I had some work. I had to do some introspective, and I had to understand what was happening with me because I've experienced some certain traumas, and certain things were triggering me. So once I started doing the work, I recognized, oh, I can course correct some things, which I have, and it's
Uh-huh.
continuous work in progress, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go help people. They call it rest in bee face.
Oh, now they call it rest in B face, but we called it poker face back in the day.
No, a lot of people that have that, and they said they just have to be very mindful. People think they're mean, but they have to be mindful, like smile and things like that, so people could feel welcomed into their
Right.
space. All of those things. Yeah. Okay. I learned a little bit about you in that short amount of time. I did want to ask you too. I was creeping on your page. Like, are you into zodiacs and stuff?
Yes, I am.
Are you an Aquarius?
Yes, ma'am.
I saw that on your page and I said, I think, when's your birthday?
The 3rd of February.
I saw that. I said, period. Mine is the 4th.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am already in a good place with you.
Yes. Because, other Aquariuses, we like each other. So,
Good.
and my best friend, her birthday is the 2nd. It's
Oh,
crazy.
okay.
Hmm. Yes, yes. But I first came across your page. I was watching Crystal Wright's. She had done a live with you, an
Yeah.
Instagram live, and I think you all were talking about like your client, not your clients, but something that had happened with like your team or something like that. You were like advocating for your team, and I was like just locked in. I said, well, I gotta follow her. She seems really dope. So I just been following you ever
Oh,
since then. And then I had Crystal on the show, maybe like, I don't know when her episode came out, maybe like a month or so ago, and she was talking about you again. So I was like, okay, I gotta reach out to Titilayo and get her on the podcast.
it's interesting that you came across my name with through Crystal is 13 years ago. Was it 13 years ago? I can't remember, maybe 13 years ago. I met with Crystal this month at Orlando. And I
Wow.
took her packaging your portfolio. And so, yeah, and that's how I began to want to be in TV and film and editorial.
Hmm.
Of course, it didn't happen overnight because at the time I was just in a space where I just wanted to do something different, maybe to add to my portfolio here in the Washington, D.C. area,
Hmm.
not realizing it just opened up another avenue of how to conduct myself in business. You
Yeah.
know, of course, it has taken some time and some years, but I learned so much from her program that it has helped me to understand no matter where I'm planted, I can excel no matter where.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Do people still use the term like nail tech?
They use nail tech, manicurists,
Manicures, okay.
stylists. Some people
Gotcha.
like the word celebrities. I'm like, don't use that with me.
Yeah, I'm a makeup artist. A lot of people do that with me too. It's mostly people that are outside of the industry. They be like, "Oh, she's a celebrity makeup artist," and I'm like, "Please stop doing that," because like my main clientele is not celebrities. Yes, I have worked with celebrities, but they're not my main clientele. So I'm just like, "Oh my God."
Right.
Yeah, but have you seen with other manicurists or people or nail techs that are just starting out, they kind of have a limited viewpoint of what they can do professionally
Yes.
with their careers?
Very limited. They kind of want to be where they see other manicurists have been in the industry for a very long period of time. They
Hmm.
believe that have the belief, but they think that because they started today, they can be where that person is at that moment.
Hey, what's up? I know you're enjoying the episode, but I have to put you on to Friends in Beauty's newest community, the Trailblazers Club. The Trailblazers Club is a place where success not only leaves clues, but becomes a tangible reality for beauty pros just like you. See, a lot of my friends in beauty are so talented and so skilled at what they do, but they lack the essential business skills that are needed to grow and sustain their businesses, or they lack the support that is needed to stay consistent to execute their goals. And that's exactly why I wanted to create the Trailblazers Club to be able to support you on your journey. Exclusively inside of the Trailblazers Club, you will unlock expert led masterclasses and breakout sessions every single month, monthly Q&A and mentorship with me, your best friend in beauty, an exclusive and extensive network of beauty pros, support and accountability, unlimited access at that to the archive masterclasses, discounts on select Friends in Beauty events and classes, and so much more. And get this, y'all, it's only $25 a month. You heard that right. It's only $25 a month. But you know how Fat Joe said yesterday's price won't be today's price, or that saying, that's exactly how it's going to be. So you might want to get in while you can. I'll go ahead and leave the link down below, and your fellow trailblazers are inside waiting for you, and we hope to see you soon. Let's go ahead and get back to the episode.
It
Got you.
doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it the same with pretty much any industry? Is like you got to network, build up your portfolio. It's about who you know to get to certain places.
Well, you should network, definitely. But I believe you should do your research. You
Okay.
should do your research. What type of manicurist do you want to be for yourself first? What do you want to focus on? Um, is it money? If it's money, be honest with yourself. If
Hmm.
it's to care, be honest with yourself. But all of those things are encompassed in the industry, in that
Yeah.
line of work. But it's a matter of whatever you focus on is what's going to gravitate to you. And whatever you don't focus on is going to leave you.
Mm-mm. Got you. I love that. Now, most people don't like feet. Like you hear people that like, I don't like feet. Don't touch me with your feet. I don't even want to see your feet. But you're making a living, like a whole living from healing
Yes.
people's feet and their nails and their skin. Like what brought you to this point in particular from stepping away from just not stepping away, but elevating your services from just doing, traditional nails, to elevating it to healing people's now?
Well, what prompted that was a few of my clients were concerned about their skin on their feet.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, before this big boom of waterless pedicures came about, I was soaking people's feet and I use high quality products. However, I was not connecting water with evaporation. So when you soak a person's foot in water, after they come out of the water, it appears beautiful, it appears
Right.
supple. However, after a few days, the water evaporates.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took a course from North American School of Podology to find out what will be better for me to do with my clients, because at this point I have taken other courses and this was like the one last huge course to take. However, they have other courses within the course of master pedicuring.
Okay.
So once I took the course and understood the importance of product knowledge and skin, I said, oh, boom, there it is. Skin needs to be hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
Immerse, it's just like your beauty blender.
Yeah.
Immerse it in water, it expands, correct?
Correct.
Once it dries, it just what? It stays the same in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Or in order for it to expand, you have to immerse it in water. Same thing with skin. Skin expands, and so once the water evaporates, that's where the problem lies.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So
So what
that
kind of, go
so
ahead.
go ahead.
I was gonna say what kind of problems? Because like I never even thought about that when getting pedicures and things like that.
Yeah, because depending on where you go get your feet done will determine the way they treat your skin. If they're soaking your feet in Dawn
Oh,
detergent,
people are using Dawn?
yes, ma'am, they do.
Oh my goodness.
Certain pedicure solutions. Either way, you need the humectants, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep the skin, the 7 layers of skin, hydrated. What better way to hydrate the skin is to use products? What better way to keep the skin hydrated is to use products? So when you eliminate water, the skin performs better. Water is useful to cleanse, but not to immerse the skin, because what the skin does, it expands. Once the water is gone, it gets dehydrated again.
Wow. And I hadn't even heard of the term a dry pedicure or anything like that until I saw it on your page. For people who don't know what a dry pedicure is, can you explain that process to us versus the traditional way that we're used to getting our feet done with just the thing is bubbling and they
And
throwing stuff. We don't even know. We don't even ask either. That's the thing too. I'm like, anytime they start throwing stuff in that little bowl, we don't even ask like what it
don't
is.
ask what it is. You don't know what they're putting in the water. So
Yeah.
from a medical standpoint, water has pathogens in it.
Mm-hmm.
So in our industry, in my line of work, sometimes the products that we put in the water kind of neutralizes the water, right?
Okay.
In
Uh-huh.
order for it to be safe to soak your feet in water. Because, we can soak our bodies in water. So
Yeah.
to get back to what you asked me in terms of what's the difference between a waterless pedicure and a soaking pedicure?
Yeah.
No water is just no water. What we use to remove the non-living tissue is products, and we use hot towels
Okay.
to wrap the foot towards the end or in the beginning. And some people use steamers.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like it's better though. It just feels like it would feel better.
Oh, yeah. It's a different experience. The danger in using the steam is, for me, is if you're going to use the steam, you use the steam before the actual process of the pedicure or towards the end, but
Mm,
never use the steam while I'm actually doing the removal of the dead skin. So
right.
yeah.
Wow. And I see you do a lot of services where you're removing the toenail or removing the debris.
Yeah,
What is the cause of someone getting to that point where they have to come and see
that is
you?
an excellent question. So It is nutrition.
Okay.
So when we don't eat the right foods and we don't take care of our bodies, after a while, over time, as we age, we lose elasticity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Elasticity. And then some people don't wash their feet in the shower. So there is what is called, it's just escaped my brain. There is what is called a thin line of a film that eats away at the keratin, the skin, because that is what you call some type of bacteria, a film of bacteria. Because we're not animals, but we do shed.
Yeah.
We don't
Mm-hmm.
cleanse our skin, and that old skin still stays on our skin. It eats away at the new skin. So that's why it's important to cleanse the skin, right? Here's the other caveat. If you perspire in your feet,
Mm-hmm.
you don't wipe your feet off, it's salt. The
Got
salt
you.
eats away at your skin. So it could be a few things. People not cleaning their feet, washing their feet, drying their feet after perspiration and using the right products. It eats away at the keratin. Then it goes into the toenails.
Wow.
So if your skin is dry, your toenails are going to be dry.
Right.
And if you play sports and you have people stepping all over your feet and the friction in your shoes from the bouncing around and moving around, that also causes a discoloration of toenails. And so I have clients as young as 2 that have come
Mm-hmm.
to me to get their toenails checked,
No.
not the breed, but mainly men and women that are in the ages of older than 45 that have had issues with their feet because of surgeries from doctors removing their ingrown toenails, and just a lack of hydration is what
Mm-hmm.
causes the discoloration, and the toenails will start hardening. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. Look, I've seen it with my own eyes. I have a couple of people to send to you.
Oh, the word is biofilm. Biofilm.
Okay, biofilm.
If
Yeah,
you
because I've
don't
always
yeah.
wondered, like, what is this? What is happening? And a lot of people the people that I know, I don't know if they even know that they can do something about it. I think they just kind of taking it as like, this is my fate, like this is what my feet look like, and I'm gonna just live with it.
And some people test it out, and some people call me to say, hey, I just want to try this and see what happens. And a lot of times it's the products that they're not using. And so I'll recommend products for them to use at home before they even come in so that they can have a different perspective
Yeah,
when they come in and they'll see the difference.
right. Now, how do people get like the fungus under their toe? Is that
How
from soaking in like the
times
water?
you can catch it. Okay, so think about it like this. Would you drink after your dog?
Nope.
Okay. So when you go to these pedicure places to get your feet done, it's a community space. If they're not cleaning out the basins, it
Mm-hmm.
takes 15 to 20 minutes to clean it properly. 9 times out of 10, you will pick up a fungus,
Mm-hmm.
pick up an infection.
Yeah.
That's one way to get a fungus. Another way to get a fungus is walking barefoot in the gym.
Who doing that?
And then another way is not wearing shower shoes in the showers
Oh
at
my
a
God.
public pool. And
People
then
wear
another way,
slippers.
yeah, there's so many different ways. And then sometimes if a, if you perspire in your feet and you don't dry your feet, it causes athlete's feet too, in between your toes.
Yeah.
And it goes into your toenails.
I remember athlete's foot used to be a thing back in the day. Like when I was growing up, I always used to see commercials for athlete's foot. Not so much anymore, but wow.
Yeah.
They had the Arm& and Hammer little powder and the thing.
Yeah. Cornstarch.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's important that, when anyone that's in this industry, especially now, because it seems like it's a trend,
Mm-hmm.
it's so important to go to someone that's knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Not someone that just looks at Google or YouTube, but someone that really knows and understands so they can better direct you as to where to go to a dermatologist, to a podiatrist, to an orthopedic surgeon. It's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite service that you like to do?
Thinking. Honestly, I enjoy all services.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what I don't enjoy.
It was that.
Don't enjoy doing stiletto nails.
Oh, stiletto
Yeah, 'cause it
nails.
takes too
And
long. 4 hours.
4 hours. See, I don't even get my nails done anymore. I'm a press-on girly. Do you have any advice for the DIY girls that are doing their nails at home?
Yes, I do. So when you do press on nails, are you using glue or are you using gel?
I mostly use the glue.
Okay. Well, at least once a week, remove them, file your nails, buff them, give them a break over the weekend, and start all over again. But then make sure you use nail oil and hand cream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it depends on the nail oil and it depends on the hand cream.
got you.
And
'Cause
then go get a manicure at least once every 3 weeks.
okay, I like that. I could do that once every 3 weeks. I'm giving my nails a rest right now. I'm even embarrassed to show you my hands because they look busted. I'm like, how am I going to have my nails done? And I got Titilayo coming on here. They look crazy right now.
Send me your address. I'll send you my oil so you can test it out.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So like, we should be keeping our nails, like our nail beds, moisturized, and our
Which you just hydrated with hand cream and nail oil around this area.
the
And
cuticle.
underneath, just put a drop of oil.
Okay. Do you all have a lifespan as far as manicurists, as far as how long you're able to work in the industry? Do you all get like have any problems with your wrist or back or anything like that?
If we don't exercise, we will not last long.
Okay.
Core is weak. We will not last long. Yes, some people have gotten carpal tunnel. I noticed that my hands, because I've been doing this for 33 years, my hands tend to get a little stuck,
Mm-hmm.
but my wrists are fine. But if I feel like my wrists are feeling kind of weak, I tell my clients to relax their hands.
Got you. Gee.
But I don't plan on retiring anytime soon. Maybe not doing too many physical services, but this is not a if you listen to the word retire, that means it's the end.
Yeah, you're over. You're not doing it anymore.
Yeah. No, you're not living either.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We don't want that.
So I'm a pivot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm pivoting to other things.
Yeah, when I talk to a lot of people who've been seasoned in the industry, it seems like they don't really have a desire to stop what they're doing or even pivot. I think it's more so like the younger generation, maybe like people my age or a little bit younger who are like, oh, we have a time limit on this thing. We're gonna do this for however long and then we're gonna retire in Bali and live our best lives.
Good. I mean, it's a good perspective to have, and it's good to at least have a point of where you want to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean, I can take some wisdom out of from that because we're from different generations. You know, the generation I come from, we worked. You know,
Yeah,
I've never necessarily worked for anyone to say, okay, we have a end date. The end date to me is when you no longer are living. So
right.
yeah.
Yeah. How did you escape being a doctor or lawyer?
Ooh.
How'd you do it, girl?
Being very rebellious. Being very rebellious at a young age, but however, I'm still somewhat of a lawyer and a doctor in my field of work.
Right. You
Still
are.
have to I still have to do the research. I have to know what I'm talking about in order to stand on what I know, to share it with authority. Not to say I'm better than anyone, but this is my perspective from my experience.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone's situation is different. Now, in terms of being a doctor, it's just science.
Mm-hmm.
It's science and the will of people. So I put those two together to help them come to a resolve for their situation.
Yeah. Do you ever get any clients that, regardless of I guess, the advice and prescription you give them to, be better or have better health with their nails, they still don't follow the regimen, and then they come back like, well, I don't know what happened, girl.
Well, this is where you guys come into play for me. I've taken the wisdom to say, well, maybe I'm not a good fit for you because you're not listening. Because the haggle to go back and forth and to redo some things and then they don't want to pay is the issue.
Mm-hmm.
We can end it here and you can go somewhere else.
Yes,
I
live with
learned
a
that.
smile too.
Oh, definitely. But I used to go back and forth. I can't afford that anymore.
Yeah, you live and you learn. That's one of the things that I'm trying to learn how to do is to politely show people the exit, I guess, like in a polite way without it coming off very sharp because I haven't mastered that yet. So I find myself a lot of times biting my tongue because I know that if I say it the way I'm feeling right now, it's going
Right. Well,
to come out
you can say, you can actually say, it seems as though, you're not enjoying this like you used to. Maybe you should try something different.
right.
Well, what is that difference? I don't know. Maybe you might want to go to Claire down the street. I don't know.
Right. Because we're definitely not getting the level of care that you give to people when you're doing their nails. So do people come to you for the services to heal their nails as well and then also get their nails done?
So that's a great question. I have always provided care for all of my clients until a huge distinction came about once the pandemic hit.
Okay.
And I had to make a course correction in the process because I was getting clients that I had never done before that needed the care. And
Mm.
so then the ones that were already getting the care were like, we were already getting the care. Why do I have to pay for that? Man,
Oh,
more
got
time.
you.
Then I
Right.
had to make it more evident that, hey, you think this is normal, but you're not doing your home care. It's not to put in more time while you're here. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're home care and then you came in, then you don't have to pay as much.
Right.
But the new clients I had, they already knew, you know what I mean? They already knew that they needed some care. And also I give them a good regimen at home. And then they understood the assignment.
That is crazy. It's like it's just so much to being a human. I just feel like we're not really paying attention to our toes. We don't even really look at our feet for real. Like we're not. So to know that we just have to pay extra attention to that too, in addition to all the things that we have to do. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that particular care because I fancy myself to I always get compliments on my feet. I think I have very pretty feet, but I don't think I've done anything intentionally to like
Make
have
sure.
nice feet aside from like getting pedicures and just making sure they stay, done.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing. So the local salons are perfect for those that have normal, beautiful feet.
Okay.
But over time, they're not going to be beautiful anymore.
Oh
No,
no.
seriously, they're not because they're not using quality products.
Okay, yeah.
It's just like if you go to one of the best restaurants, fast food restaurant chains right now is Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
Great customer service. They'll take the roughest person and they'll be like, hey, how you doing?
What's your name for your
But
order?
yeah, but after a while, how many chicken nuggets can you take in before you start feeling crazy
Mm-hmm.
and bloated? You know what I mean? You have to change your diet. You have to add more orange, yellow, and greens to your digestive tract.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though they serve that small portion of kale salad, you need a lot of kale.
Yeah.
Follow what I'm saying? So translated to hands and feet, one day, if your feet don't work, you're going to say, what did I do wrong? You didn't pay attention. I remember a time this woman came to me to get her feet done. I was working in Largo. She said, I came to you because I wanted to experience a pedicure. However, I'll be getting my feet amputated. And I promise you, I felt
What?
sick to my stomach.
Oh my gosh.
Her feet were dead. Her feet were dead. She was able to still move them, but not as fast. And they were dark and they were dry. And I was just like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Did you still do it?
I mean, yeah, it's like your last wish. But
Wow.
but today I would never do that. That's when
Do
I just didn't know any better.
do you know the cause of what was going on with her?
She was diabetic.
Okay. Oof.
Yeah. But even now, like I hit my foot the other day and I'm not diabetic at all. And my toe is, I was like, because you can fracture your toes and not realize it.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
I'm
the
sitting here
easiest
like,
thing to fracture and not realize is yeah, broken.
painful. And I'm sitting here wiggling my toes every day doing this.
Wow. Yeah, my
Yeah.
mom always tells me a story too about her grandmother. My great grandmother passed away from getting surgery or something with an ingrown toenail or something like that. She had was going to get her ingrown toenail fixed and died as a result of
What?
yeah, whatever. This was a long time ago, so I don't even know what they were doing back in that time, but she always tells me about that. So I think that's probably the reason why I am so cautious with my, now that I think about it, because I've been hearing this story my whole life. So I feel
Yeah.
like because I know that my great grandmother had ingrown toenails, like
Mhm.
subconsciously I've always been like very like aware of my feet of like, okay, I don't
Right.
want to get ingrown toenails. So at least like let me clip my toes, let me do these like these things. I just put two and two together. That's crazy.
See? Full
Wow.
circle.
Yeah, very much full circle. I can't believe that. Well, God bless you for granting that lady's last wish to get that service.
I wouldn't do it today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Wow.
so podiatrist.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any advice for manicurists who are in the salon setting right now that want to work on set, like get out from that setting and do more things like editorial or movies and things like that?
Yes, I definitely would recommend that they invest in Crystal Wright's book first to read about it, to understand what is required, and also schedule a call with Crystal because I wouldn't be one to say, oh, all you got to do is link up with a makeup artist, a hairstylist, and a photographer. It's more to it than that. It's your attitude, it's your demeanor, it's how you conduct yourself on a day-to-day basis and it's your personality,
Mm-hmm.
because everyone's personality doesn't fit, because it's a journey that has helped me to understand that you might not be a good fit for some teams, but that doesn't mean you're not fit for the industry. You're
Mm-hmm.
fit for the team, and just be patient. But definitely get the package in your portfolio book because that's the book that helped me come into the industry and to be sustainable in the industry. Because
Hey, I know you're enjoying the episode, but I need you to do something really, really important for me, like right now. I need you to leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and let the people know how much you love the Friends of Beauty podcast. See, in the podcast streets, I'm gonna let you know something. If you don't leave a review, then people don't know that the show exists, and then the show won't grow. Reviews are so essential to the continued success of the Friends of Beauty podcast, and plus, I really just want to know what you think about the podcast. I appreciate all the DMs, but a 5-star review would be even better. I would love to read your review on the show and give you a shout out for being a loyal listener. And if it's not a 5-star review, don't even worry about it. All right, don't even worry. Just go ahead and send me an email, honey. We ain't got time for that. If you're watching me on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and even leave a comment to share a takeaway from something that you learned so far. If you don't subscribe or give a thumbs up, then the YouTube streets don't know that the Friends of Beauty podcast exists either. You see how this is going? This is a group effort, and I appreciate you so, so much. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Let's go ahead and get back into the episode.
I have an agent too.
Okay.
Yeah, I have an agent, and the agent is reached out to me because I had invested in Crystal Wright Live's information and material.
Right. I always say people are always watching you. I think it's really important to be consistent, to do good work, to be a good person. People are always watching, always fact checking, asking, "Oh, do you know this person? What do you
Yeah,
that type of thing."
Yes, yes. I recently did a presentation to share with people those things that I just shared with you. And I said, and the thing is, you can put out referrals. So if you want to know more about me, if I am who I say I am, I have names that you can reach out to and people
Yeah.
that are huge in the industry that you didn't think that you can reach out to them. All you got to do is send them an email.
Mm-hmm.
They'll answer.
And their response. This is like I don't know how to frame this question, but you know how when it comes to makeup artists, we have makeup artists who can do all skin tones, and then we have makeup artists who can only do a certain amount of skin or certain skin tones. Is there an equivalent to that when it comes to doing nails? Like nail techs know how to do pretty much all the basics? Because it's like, okay, in the sense of African American models being nervous on going to fashion shows and they seek out the black artist, like, okay, she could do me. Do people do that with nails, or it's like everybody could do like everything? Like, I don't know.
Not everyone can do a manicure. No.
Isn't that like the basic thing?
It is
No?
the basic thing, but not everyone does it. And not everyone can, because some people just know how to do beautiful nail art.
Got you.
Just
Okay.
like the press on nails. Why do you think people are doing just press on nails? Not everyone can sculpt nails.
Oh, like the gel X and stuff too. Like
The
even just
gel.
going in and
So let me tell you this. When I saw the different shapes of stilettos and things, the ones with tips, I was like, oh my goodness, they sculpted it. They're like, no, those are press on. Like, what?
yeah.
Yeah.
They got the coffins, the stiletto, the almond.
Yeah. And, almond was a really popular shape before the stiletto shape came about. And the stiletto is not the real stiletto. The real stiletto is the shape of a rat tail comb. Yes, ma'am.
What?
Yes, if you do your research, Russian stiletto nails are very thin, like a
Ooh.
rat tail comb.
I'm over here like, oh yes. But you like, I don't do stilettos. I'm over here like, dang, I can imagine that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and those are nails that are done in competition. So a lot of the work that you're seeing these manicurists do, and again, we have some amazing artistry out here.
Hmm.
You know, there are competition art, then you have salon art, and then you have what's in between. Then you have the beginners, and you have the DIY art. But the thing is, just people need to know there's a range. And then there are people that just don't know what a manicure is.
That is interesting. As a consumer, just thought that that was like the foundation.
It is the foundation, but is this foundation strong?
It's a little shaky right now.
Because you want to be able to have healthy nails underneath all of what you do.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Are people still doing acrylics?
Yes.
'Cause I thought all of those, I mean, are any of these things, are they even good for your nails at all? I know because people
So
do like acrylic, they got the powder, then they got the gel, then they claim that this one's better than the next and or healthier for your nails. I don't know.
So no, so what's not healthy for nails is when a person goes against the nail uh growth. So when you pushing the nail back with the implements and stuff like that, you got to make sure you're not doing it harsh.
Got you.
You'll break the seal, right?
Oof.
When you're using liquid and powder, which is acrylic, you have to make sure that the mix ratio is proper so it doesn't touch the skin. The issue is the people don't have product knowledge,
Hmm.
right? Because you're a makeup artist. So the first thing you have to take care of is the skin.
Right.
Take care of the skin. Whatever you put on is only gonna suffocate the skin and it's gonna cause the skin to have some type of reaction. Same
Hmm.
thing with nails.
Got you. Ooh, oh my gosh. I'm learning so much. I told y'all this one was for me because my mom growing up, I didn't wear like makeup or anything, but when I was like 11, that was like the first thing that she let me play around with was like press on
Oh,
nails. It was like I was out here with my little nails and stuff like that, and it's carried over into adulthood. When I go to the nail salon, I just get my feet done now. And they're always like, "Oh, you want your nails done?" I'm like, "No, I wear press-ons." Like
I'm gonna have to get you out of that. And once I send you the oil, you'll change your mind.
yeah, I might change my mind. It's just so easy. I just don't, I just get anxious, like just sitting there the whole time, like so I just get my feet done.
Okay. Okay. That's
So
good.
tell us about your team, like in the instances that you do have to bring on a team for a project or something like that. What exactly are you looking for in the people that you bring on?
Oh, that is a wonderful question. So for me, I like to find people that listen and that understands the importance of being a representation of who your team lead is
Mm-hmm.
and not go in trying to take over. A lot of times, yeah, you have people that are so ambitious, you bring them on, and because I've done it. So I'm not going to sit up here and act like I've never done it before. I've
Right.
got in trouble. I was on a elite nail team during Fashion Week,
Uh-huh.
I was so gung ho that I was on at the Donna Karen show,
Mm-hmm.
and I sat 2 rows behind Anna Wintour. Yeah, only reason why I got caught because my colleague told the team lead I was sitting in the show, and they saw me, and I locked eyes, and I was like, "Oh shit."
Oh my goodness. But this was after you finished the work, right?
Yeah, but the thing about it was I didn't know that it was forbidden to do that. So anyway, so from that experience, I began to say if I ever was in this position to make sure that I inform what the expectations were and what I require. And it's not I don't run a slave ship or anything like that. Have fun. However, when it's time to work, let's work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of work do you have to do with yourself personally to be able to lead a team effectively?
Be nice, be kind, patient, get some rest,
Hmm.
the right things, have fun.
Yeah. Have you always invested in coaching throughout your career?
For myself,
Yeah, for yourself.
yes.
Mhm.
And I did again. Crystal was one of my first coaches. Prior to me getting to Crystal Wright, I was always in church, Bible thumper, Jesus, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, everybody's not talking about Jesus, but however, in the word, you should be known by your fruit.
Mm,
Your fruit is sometimes you just no words because it's distinctively says too many words, sin is not far. So that means if you're running off at the mouth, what is the evidence?
mm. She's speaking a word over here.
So yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Talk about reinventing yourself. I saw something, I don't know if it's on your page or your website when you were talking about reinventing yourself. It's a lot of people out here who I saw do a lot of pivoting. A lot of my friends in beauty pivoted during the pandemic, whether they elevated their services or they're not doing the thing anymore. They decided to do something different. And I know a lot of times when we're when we've been doing something for some for as long as you have, like 30 years, 20 years, even 10 years, people feel like their identity is tied into like what they do. So they feel like they're losing a part of themselves if they decide to do something different
Hmm.
or to pivot or anything like that. Do you have any advice for people who want to step out and reinvent themselves in a sense?
So reinventing, just for me, it what I do is so much a part of me because it saved me.
Mm,
Doing nails has saved me.
in what way?
There was a time in my life where my family was taken away from me because of incarceration. My mother got incarcerated, my brother got incarcerated, and my son's father wasn't there financially, emotionally, or physically for me when I was raising my son. And so I just didn't know what to do, and I was just an angry person. So
Mm-hmm.
my clients coming in contact with my clients on a consistent basis gave me a sense of solemn, a place to of comfort, a place to share my frustrations without having to pay for counseling at the time.
Yeah.
Then I had to, of course, eventually get counseling because I was dealing with some things with my son. As I look back, I also recognize where clients would give me advice on reading certain books. So it was just a place of community. You know what I mean? I found peace in doing nails. I explored different things, and then I will take classes to enhance my skills, just to be better and provide something more for the client, not
Mm-hmm.
realizing that I needed the attention and comfort myself. And so, of course, prior to the pandemic, I had gotten a what do they call? Not a life coach. Maybe it was a life coach. She's no
Okay.
longer living today. Her name was Tanya. And she told me, put up all of your accomplishments.
Mm-hmm.
And once I put up all of my certifications and certificates, I was like, well, dang,
Right.
right? Like I am a professional in my own right because I've invested in myself, in my business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I began to say, well, I want more. I want a relationship. I want a partnership. I want this. I want that. Because clients are only going to tell you but so much because they're coming to me as a service provider. And then I began to explore other avenues. Again, I'm not going to stop doing nails to become a foot surgeon.
Right.
What I will do is help you on a cosmetic side of it to get to a point where you're hydrating your skin because doctors are not talking to you about products. They're talking to you about medication.
Okay. Phew. And that prescription still be sitting at CVS. I'm not going to get it.
See? And then if you need the prescription, I will say, hey, ask them these questions.
Yeah.
So I became an involved expert in that aspect. So I'm a cosmetic manicurist, so to
Yeah.
speak. So that's a pivot for me.
Got
Who
it.
is in this lane? Not anyone that I know of, because there are certain products that I will recommend that no one else is recommending that is over the counter.
Yeah.
You can only get it from a professional. So what I would tell a person that is in any field, actually, if you're going to pivot into anything outside of what you're doing, I would say maximize where you are before you pivot out. So when you pivot out, you have no regrets, no type of disdain, because where you are now, you wouldn't be here if you weren't there from
Right.
the, because that has made you who you are.
Yeah. People have to appreciate the journey, reflect
Exactly.
on the journey to see where you even came from. I do like the idea of investing in yourself so you can separate yourself from the crowd, because a lot of people always say the beauty industry or whatever, wherever we are in the beauty industry, people always say it's oversaturated. But I feel like if you invest in yourself and you do put those certifications or whatever education you're gaining is going to separate you from just being a makeup artist or a manicurist. Now you have these other things. Got it.
I'm
Got
done.
it. Got it. I did want to circle back to you earlier when you mentioned that you made your oil and you said you were led to the ingredients. I think you said spiritually led to the ingredients. How did
Yeah.
that come about? Did you have a dream? It was like intuitive. How did it happen?
So I definitely have provided services to so many different people. And they always talk about the same thing. My skin is dry. My skin is dry. So I was just like, okay, what works? So I have my eyebrows tattooed
Mm-hmm.
and I get my lashes done and I don't wear makeup, right? So my last technician said, you need to put some oil on your skin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, really? So I was putting the oil. So I was using this Kiehl's oil that I got
Okay.
set. Then I said, what will work? If my skin becomes hydrated just from the oil, then people should be able to use oil on their bodies. And I said, grapeseed oil first. Then I said, okay, what other oil will work for the body so that the body won't dry out? Because there's some oils that will dry out the skin. So it's
Mm-hmm.
either grapeseed oil and olive oil, but olive oil is too pungent.
Yeah.
And then the intuition, it just started coming. So then I started thinking of, so the spirit started telling me, use this oil, that oil, this oil, and then take it to the chemist. The chemist just so happened to be at the hair salon. And she said, oh yeah, I'm a cosmetic something, something. I was like, what?
Right, divine.
Divine. And that's where it all began. So she did my nail oil first, and then the body oil came second. But both times I've had my clients test it out first. I had them actually purchase grapeseed oil over the counter to see how they reacted to it first.
Mm-hmm.
So the grapeseed oil alone is a good oil to use, but the
Nice.
additional oils just adds chef kiss to it.
Nice. And you said it's not out yet, or it's out?
The nail oil is out, but the body oil is coming.
Okay, got you. Do you have like plans of doing retail or anything like that, or you just want to keep it strictly for clients and
No, I do have my website. It's on my website. The nail
okay.
oil is on my website. In order for it to branch out, we'll see. I'll market it.
It was something else I wanted to ask you about. It's a term that you use about retail. About
Effortless retail
yes, what is effortless retail?
is who we are.
Like what? Just like selling without selling?
Selling without selling. Have knowledge of what you do. It sells itself. People
Mm-hmm.
walk away with more knowledge, and you will give them something to use beyond your services. That's effortless retail. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's trademark.
I know, period. Okay, trademark. I had somebody call me yesterday, one of my friends in beauty. Someone was using something. It wasn't friends in beauty, but it was friends and something. The name slipped her mind. She was calling. She was like, girl, you got your stuff trademarked? I was like, I do. So don't try it, y'all. It's trademarked.
Yeah. So yep, effortless retail is trademark. So when people hear that, and I also have that's part of my presentation as well.
Yeah. When you said that you were spiritually led earlier, it reminded me of a story I heard about the lady who invented honey pot. Are you familiar with like
Mhm.
the honey pot? She invented the honey pot based off of like intuitive or I think she had like a dream or something like that. And they gave her like the message in the dream of like how to make these
Yeah.
products. And then she has this big brand now.
And that's the thing. We underestimate who we are.
Hmm.
Have the answers. Like I would not be still doing what I'm doing if I did not trust my intuition.
Yeah.
Scary sometimes, and sometimes I get impatient, but here's the reality. I have to trust it. Just like you reaching out to me and me coming on here having this conversation with you, that's divine.
Hmm.
You were interested in what I had to say. You found it fit to share with your community and your followers what I have to offer. That's divine,
Yeah.
so and we're Aquarians and our birthdays are a day after
That's
each other.
divine. But
So,
what do you think it is though? I don't know if it's a beauty thing or I don't know. What when you mentioned earlier about displaying your accomplishments or what do you think it is about us that we are popping, like we've accomplished a lot of things, but we don't necessarily uh use it to propel ourselves. only in the sense of like I was talking to somebody the other day and she was like, she asked me if I knew this other makeup artist. First I said no, but when she mentioned the name, I said, oh yeah, I do know her. I met her on set of Housewives of Potomac. And she
Mhm.
was like, yeah, because she was teaching a class, a makeup class, and she was like using that as nothing wrong with it, but she was using that as like the selling point. Like, I'm a makeup artist or Housewives of Potomac. And I'm like, I never, I mean, yes, I do makeup for that show, but I don't think about using my accomplishments to
So to answer your question,
like why don't I do that? I'm like, why I need to do that?
you don't need to do any of that.
Okay.
Depends how long has that makeup artist been doing makeup?
That's true. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's been that long though.
So I can recall from one of my friends years ago, right? And she's also a client. And she brought this to my attention. And from that point, I have always said to myself, I don't need to attach myself to anybody to be known.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lack of self understanding. I'm not gonna say self worth.
Yeah.
I don't understand that I'm good just being
But
who.
alone.
Right. Like I don't need to be attached to, oh yeah, my friend is Dr. Martin, and she's a doctor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is my friend and she's a dentist. I used to do that
Mm-hmm.
to feel im-
Like validated or I don't know.
yes, yes. And so for me, it's like, how? Why was I doing that? You know what I'm saying? And so once I realized that and I did some work, I was like, you know what? I'm good just by myself. I don't
Yeah.
need anyone to validate me. And then it came, I mean, of course, we all have been teased and stuff like that. Sometimes it could be those memories from being teased on the playground.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who I am. I'm Titilayo, the global manicurist. The global manicurist actually came from God. But let me tell you what the global people remind me. What did somebody tell me? My colleague said this. I don't need to tell nobody I'm a global anything. And I said, what are you saying? That name has nothing to do with you.
Right? It's all me.
Why you trying to make me feel some kind of way? Because it's named the global manicurist.
Uh-huh.
The global manicurist encompass understanding everything that encompasses wellness.
Yeah,
That's
everything under that globe.
that's it.
Yeah, under that scope.
Trying
Yeah.
to hit me in the head because you think I'm saying I'm international. I never said that.
Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I struggle, not struggle with that, but I know it's like a thing in this day and age where people kind of gravitate towards you based off of your accolades or,
yeah.
the things that you have accomplished. So, like I might put it out, like people know I'll put it out there, but I don't like use it as like a selling point to my things. And somebody was like, "Oh, you should use it as a selling point to like your events and stuff like that, like hosted by, makeup artist for the housewife." I'm like, I don't even be thinking about it. And I think I don't really think about it either because I'm enjoying myself so much in this space, like of doing the podcast and interviews and stuff like that, that I still do makeup, but it's not like a thing for me anymore. So I don't really use like, I don't know. It's weird.
So are you in Maryland or are you in New York?
I'm in DC.
Okay. See?
Hmm.
See, I would have never known you did makeup for Potomac. It has to be interesting though. I
Yeah.
don't even
So yeah, I watch it every now and then. I've done like Potomac and Love and Marriage DC, the last two seasons and some other stuff, some other reality. It's mostly like reality TV and stuff like that. So
mm,
I'm
hats off
here.
to you.
Huh?
I said hats off to you.
I mean, it's fine. It's fun.
I believe you.
You could do nails. You can come and do their nails.
Let me know. Let me know. I'll be there.
Yes. So how are you, Titilayo? How are you taking care of yourself while you operate your business? Like take self-care. Do you eat
So
do you
yeah,
eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Do you eat
No, no,
He's like, no.
no. I want to narrow it down to one meal a day
Mm-hmm.
because I
Right.
snack a lot. However, I literally just got a test done to see what my testosterone levels are, and my estrogen. I have none,
What?
neither. I found out today.
Neither. How is that possible?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh my gosh.
Partly stress. I've had stress prior to now. Like I don't have the stress today, but stress can definitely deplete your minerals in your body.
Mm,
So anyone listening, take care of yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't raise your voice. Don't argue with anyone. Don't.
yeah.
Get your rest. But yeah, I'm narrowing it down to one meal a day, drinking more water. I take a lot of supplements now. And like, yeah, I want to narrow my days. I work 5 days a week. I want to narrow it down to 4
Mm-hmm.
for myself, get more sleep.
Yeah.
Not having testosterone and estrogen, you don't get any sleep.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people experiencing insomnia right now.
I don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm. Especially as they get older. I'm like,
Yeah.
they need to tell us about these things. They don't tell us about all the other stuff that happens when you get older.
Well, I know that when you don't have any testosterone and estrogen, it affects your skin. And I'm like,
Can't have that.
no.
That's
It,
that's all
it,
we got.
right. It affects your skin and your sex drive.
Mm-hmm. Can't have that either.
I don't want to get too old where I can't have functionalities in that area.
Yeah, that. Oh man. Yeah, I know a lot of us don't take care of ourselves. I was teasing because I know sometimes I'll look up and I'm like, oh my God, the day has passed and I did not eat. Like I only had my tea. And I used to hate when I would do that because I felt like I should be the number one priority, like not my laptop, not checking emails or
Yeah.
editing and all those stuff. So I'm trying to get to the point where like in the morning, that's where I have my time. I do like my little morning routine, meditate, exercise, and all those things, read. So, yeah. Beauty pros, we got to take better care of ourselves.
I have
How
a
about
client
you?
actually recently. She wanted her feet done a certain kind of way. And I told her, because you abused your feet. She got a blister from wearing Birkenstocks.
Oh my gosh.
So now she said, well, I'm gonna have to come back to DC and get my feet done by you because I want you to help repair them. But they were bad. Mm.
Dang. Are there certain shoes that we should be avoiding? Or is it just like a case by case basis for everybody?
No, avoid Crocs.
No, I don't have any yet, but I want the platform ones. Crocs?
Crocs are not good for your feet.
Oh, what they gonna do? What's it gonna do?
They hold moisture.
Okay. They're just gonna bring you more clients.
Say it again.
They gonna bring you more clients.
I mean, some people are not gonna know until after it gets bad.
Yes, like some years from now. Oh my gosh, can you imagine all these kids wearing Crocs and
Kids,
everybody's wearing Crocs.
adults, grandmas, everybody's wearing Crocs. I don't own a pair.
I
You'll be
don't
better
either.
off wearing Birkenstocks.
Dang, I don't have any Crocs either, but I've been wanting them little platform ones. Dang.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Well, don't do it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, let me preserve my feet while I still got them looking good.
How old are you?
I'm 37.
Oh my God. Yeah, preserve, moisturize, hydrate.
So should we be staying away from the shea butter?
100%.
Real for our bodies or just for like the nails and stuff?
Shea butter and coconut oil.
For the hands and feet.
Body. Everywhere.
Really?
I mean, if it's a mixture, a low percentage is fine, but 100%, no, you can't. No. Cocoa butter is drying.
I don't use cocoa, but I use shea butter. But it's one of them things where it's like, you know, people will argue you down and be like, well, my African grandmother's been using shea butter
They lie.
for centuries.
They lie. They lie. They don't know.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So,
Put on
okay. I guess I just gotta get your oil there because I'm like, what am I gonna use to moisturize my skin?
yeah, body oil, but I'm gonna send you the nail oil though first, and then when the body oil comes, I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay. Wow. How are you harmonizing your life? Um, do you have any work-life balance? Are you having fun too and working?
Yes, I told you my friend that I'm hosting is helping me with that, and
Good.
I'm currently debating about some other things, but yeah, I'm
Good.
having fun. It's interesting. It's taking me out of the mundane of working every day and all of that stuff.
Good. Okay. So at the end of the day, have you thought about what you want your legacy to be as far as the type of work that you're doing and helping people?
Yes, I do. I have. I'm actually about to start a nonprofit portion of my business, and
Nice.
that is to help support other nonprofits when they're giving back to mothers and fathers. And so during that portion, we're just massaging and telling people about the importance of their hands and feet, and that, just to simplify it, don't make it any harder than what it has to be. I know a lot of people may not know and understand the importance of getting their services by a knowledgeable professional. However, just sharing the knowledge on social media and email, and also providing those events during the holidays will help create a synergy of knowledge to the community, and then it just grow from there.
Nice. That's gonna be great. I've been also trying to think of some kind of philanthrop, whatever the word, be a more, a philanthropist
Yeah,
with what I'm doing. So trying to find some causes that I believe in, and I thought about a nonprofit as well. So
yeah, it's
I don't
fun.
lack ideas. I just get so sick of myself. I'm like, stop thinking of stuff to do. Like,
That part. Maybe what you think about, you just share with other people and they can run with it.
yeah, maybe that because I'll be feeling like I need to do everything, but I don't want to.
Mm-mm.
What I
No,
really want to do is sleep.
that's girl. Sound like I'm going to sleep tonight. I'm going to bed early.
What area are you located with your services?
Camp Springs.
Camp Springs. Okay.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
not too
And
far.
I also do service. I do services everywhere, but mainly in Camp Springs.
Okay. Do you have anything that's coming up next for you that you could share other than the body oil?
Mm, that's a good question. Nothing right now. It's quiet right now. It's quiet in the Global Manicures compound right now.
Okay. People on going on vacations and stuff, probably.
Maybe that's what it is. I mean, I have my regular clients that I deal with. I haven't heard anything from my agency either, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to utilize this time to work on my ebook for effortless retail, and also elevating the manicuring skills portion of it.
Okay. And continue to have fun on Instagram. It look like you be having fun with your content.
I be trying like the nail motional portion. I just created that. And that is just for manicurists to have a space to, share their thoughts about what's so nail motional about what they do.
Okay. Well, Titilayo, before you go, I have to ask you the Friends and Beauty rapid fire questions. So whatever comes to your mind first, you can spit it out, or if you need to elaborate, that's fine too. So the first one is, what are the top three keys to your success so far?
Ooh, reading books. Oh my goodness. Thinking about what I'm gonna say before I say it. You said three keys to my success,
Uh-huh.
and networking.
It's networking. That's how Friends and Beauty started, as networking events.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I still do them every now and then.
Oh, okay. Come to one.
Yeah, I'll let you know next time.
Okay.
Next one is, how do you measure your success?
That's a good question. How do I measure? Mm, I don't really measure, honestly. You know, I think when I'm having conversations with people that I've network with, that I'm like, they talking to me
Yeah.
that are doing like not just finance, but we're all the same though. Because I'm really good friends with the billionaire, and I'm not using that to say that I'm successful. I'm using that to say that the success is the vibration and the
Mm,
connection.
I
Yeah.
like that. The success is the vibration. Yeah, and that's what I've realized too. Even with doing the podcast and talking to so many people, I'm like, we're really not that different. We're all in the same boat. It's just that maybe you're 20 years ahead of me, but the challenges are still there. We still all go through the same things. It's just levels to it.
It's levels.
I like that. The success is in the vibration. I like that. Okay. What's the best advice you've ever received, or a piece of advice that's just like always stuck with you?
Be myself.
Hmm. And that
Be,
seems like so hard for people to do.
but you got to know yourself to be yourself.
Hmm.
And once I knew myself, I'm able to be myself.
Yeah. Do video more. Look, I always tell people doing video helped me to see myself because I wasn't sure if I was being myself. But then once I started doing video and I was watching myself back, I'm like, oh yeah, that is how I am.
Got it. See? Okay.
I was able to see myself. So maybe some people got to do video to see if they
Yeah,
being fake or not, they being authentic.
exactly.
Yeah. What advice would you give to another manicurist right now who is just having a tough time in business? Maybe it's not going the way that they expected it to, and they're just like, maybe I should just go get a regular job, little 9 to 5.
Write out what they want. Write out what they want in their business and how they want it to be. I do that often. Like when I get off this call with you, I'm gonna have to write out some things. That
Mhm.
seems to help me get back on track.
Yeah. Yeah. Realigning yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. What's a resource that helps you or has helped you in your business that you can share with the friends and beauty community?
Resource. Mm.
Mhm.
Mm.
Well, you already shared like Crystal Wright's book. That's a resource.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. So I definitely listen to a lot of motivational videos,
Hmm.
especially early in the morning.
Me too.
And I used to listen to classical music, but now I listen to music that doesn't have any words.
Yeah, I like that, like the lo-fi kind of
Mm,
music,
yeah.
real vibey.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Okay. So the last one is just a statement. I want you to fill in the blank and just say, my name is blank, Titilayo, and the key to longevity and success is blank, whatever you think it is. So my name is blank, and the key to longevity and success is blank.
Okay. My name is Titilayo Bankole, and the key to longevity is loving yourself in the space that you are.
Loving yourself in the space that you are. This has been such a great conversation. I'm so excited that I met you, got to talk to you and everything. Before you go, like share your social media information. By the way, you got like 3 pages. I was like, why she got like 3 pages? Because when I reached out to you, I was like, I could have sworn I was following her, but I was
Yeah.
following one of the other pages, but I still followed the page. But anyways, share your social media and how you
Well,
want to be today.
the main page is the Global Manicures. That's the business page. The other page is I am Titilayo Bankole. I am Titilayo Bankole. And for the nail technicians that just want to have fun and share their nail motional at nail motional.
All right. Thank you so much, Titilayo.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for listening to the Friends in Beauty podcast. Don't forget, sharing is caring. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with another friend in beauty. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, rate, and leave a 5-star review so that other friends in beauty can find the show. Plus, we'd love to hear your feedback. Connect with us on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty, hashtag Friends in Beauty to join the conversation, and join our Friends in Beauty Facebook community to stay connected. Talk to you soon.